Yes, this is Jelly again. Uh, I want to talk to today. I want to talk about childhood and children. The things that I've seen that some parents they treat their children different, and that's a very bad thing because try to treat your children the same way. Don't be more angry at the other ones or give them more stuff or treat them better, because when you have more than one children, the children they see your behavior, and sometimes when you treat the children different, the child that you treat different, that you are like more angry at, or you take your frustration to that child. Maybe you do that because you see that the other parent like that child more than the other one. But you cannot treat your other children different, because you are two parents who have children, and sometimes it's good for you to tell the other parents that you see that you are treating the other children different than the child that you're treating a little bit rougher or more like. It's like you take your frustration or anger on that child. The problem that these things gonna affect the child to the end. It affect them in their childhood. When they grow up, also it affect them. The child can start to go home and they start to go home and the problem that the child can start to go from home and escape the home. Maybe the child start to be more with friends or elder friends, maybe friends that people fear, or maybe they start to go hang around with people who use a lot of negativity things that can mislead the child. And the other things that your child, when he grow up, he learn the behaviors from you. So even the child, because of the disappointment of the parents or one of the parents, the child can become drug addict, alcoholic, go into depression. Maybe think that they can even start thinking, why should I be in this world? Why did you? They can even pray to the Almighty Creator, God. Why did you bring me to this world? I want to eat, and the children are learning, so peace to the society. Sometimes parents go with children to those places that there's something wrong with the children. But the problem that you have to understand that if there's something wrong with your children or one of the child, you are one of the people who have hooked up this child to be like this. Maybe your child tried to get your feelings by misbehaving bad because he or she want you to see him more. Sometimes your child can be very kind to many people and you're wondering why this child kind to people but he's not kind to me. Because children do what they learn, children do what they see. Have you ever seen that most of the children who turn into criminality or in all type of criminality anyway, that maybe the parents doesn't have a clue of what the children are doing. They don't have time. They just bring their anger at them. Why you are not like this? Why you are not doing this? Why are you not behaving like this? Why are you not that perfect child? There's no one who's perfect. Even as a parent, you can never be perfect. And I have a word I always tell my friends and people. Each one teach one. Life is a journey, every day we learn it. So sometimes why I'm taking up this thing, because I've seen it in so many ways in my life. And I've even seen it in so many ways in other people's life. Some people, they have some also anger, so they end up beating the child. Do you know what happens when you beat your children? Because the child also have a soul, so they sometimes in their silence they ask themselves, God, why did you bring me to this world? The thing that can end up is that some children also, they run away from home and they start sleeping on the street. And when they are sleeping on the street, they get in contact with different people who want to use them in so many different ways. Maybe in criminality, maybe I don't even want to talk about it, but I have heard some stories that even some people, they call sex abuse on children, because they don't have any grown who are protecting them. Because they are sleeping on the street. Some children in the Western, they end up in families they don't even belong to. And they get another type of seeing the life. Many people end up in negative feelings around him when they end up in those places. Because I don't want to say that all people who end up in those families end up in negative way, but because there are also good parents to take care of those children, There are many also good, but there are also many bad. Some people, they just do it for their economical problems. So they don't even want a child in that place. They just do it for their economical problem, to serve the economical problem. So before you behave like this to your child, you have to understand that your child can end up in a place where they don't belong. And if your child choose to don't come home, then that means that they have maybe other friends that maybe they are older than him are giving him the road of living. And not all of these friends can give them good road too, because maybe they use them for in a way. Some also, they are good because they protect them. They see that this child need a father figure or a mother figure, so some of them also treat them good, so that's why they don't come home. No matter if they treat them good or bad, if it's better than home, they don't come home. Maybe they come home very late at night. And look at the child you have given birth to before you treat it different, or look at the child that you have been there together with the mother creating before you treat it different. To that child, deserve it. And what can happen? Let me say, in Europe, they can end up in social problem, depression. They can end up in they don't like themselves, and they do things that affect them negative, and maybe the road will go so far that they can never go back to be normal again. And the last thing I want to say, that every time when you look there to the children, if you have more than one, try to treat them different, even if you see that the other parents are treating them, they are choosing one to like so much. Maybe that parents like that child so much because this is the first child before when he entered the relationship. The relationship maybe was like you had other children before he entered to be a father for those the children you have, or the children you have and the child you are getting with the man or the woman. So, and some people, they like their child because it reminds them of themselves. But remember that even if you hate the father or mother, don't take the frustration out to the child. Because if the child remember you the father or remember you the mother, don't put the behaviors, don't take your frustration to the child, because the child is different from the mom or the father. That is what I have to say.